We have been looking at Bed Bath and Beyond for some time. It must have been 3 or so years ago. A bank brought us the idea. This was during the height of the pandemic of maybe acquiring Bed Bath and Beyond, and we did some diligence on it. There were parts of its business that we really loved. We loved its customer base. There was a lot of overlap in the demographics, the behavioral demographics with our customer base. They liked deals. They liked promotions. Everyone knows the big blue coupon that would show up in the mail from the old Bed Bath and Beyond. We loved the Bed Bath and Beyond name being synonymous with home, because that's who we were morphing to. We were at that point on a journey from being a general merchandiser to being a furniture and home furnishings retailer. So those are the things we really liked about it. What we didn't like was it had a huge debt overhang, and we didn't like all the brick and mortar stores. We continue to feel that the world is trending toward online. And so rather than go in and felt like trying to catch a falling knife, we just kind of watched, recognizing that, it might go out of business. And then kind of in the second half of last year, there were a lot of rumors that Bed Bath was going out of business. And so we were, working with some of its suppliers who were getting less comfortable with the payments from Bed Bath and increasing our bed and kitchen and bath offerings. Bed Bath got an investment that kind of let it survive a little bit longer. And I actually think that helped us in the end, because when the old Bed Bath and Beyond finally declared bankruptcy, I think its ability to continue as a going concern had passed. If it had declared bankruptcy 8 months earlier, someone might have bought it as a going concern. And at that point, when it declared bankruptcy, we thought, we can buy the pieces of Bed Bath and Beyond that we really like, the name, the customer base, some of its intellectual property, the data, without having the pieces of it we didn't like. Debt was being erased in bankruptcy. We didn't want to purchase the physical stores. And I think some of those physical stores were actually wound up being purchased by companies that's turning them into pickleball courts. So, there was a higher and better use for them than selling what we wanted to sell. And so we made a bid for what we wanted. And in the bankruptcy terminology, the trustee chooses the highest bid it sees and calls that bid the stalking horse. And the stalking horse then negotiates a contract with the trustee. And then there's a second auction where anyone who's qualified can bid for what the stalking horse is willing to buy. And for us, it was the name, the intellectual property, the customer base. And at the end of the day, I think our offer was significant enough and unique enough that no one chose to show up to bid against us. And so our stalking horse bid turned out to be the final bid. And at the very end of June of this year, we won the auction, we closed the deal, and within 14 hours, we launched the new Bed Bath & Beyond site in Canada. And we wanted to do that as a beta test, to iron out any wrinkles we might see. And that went very well. So a month and a few days later, on August 1st, we launched in the US, which is 98+% of our business. And thus far, so good. It's pretty good. So we like having this new name. And the thing that we really liked about this opportunity was we've long known that Overstock was synonymous with something we no longer were, being a liquidator. We have a very good business model weighed down by an incorrect name. And rebranding is hard. if we had picked a new name. It would have taken years and hundreds of millions of dollars to associate that with home to get it moving in the market. Bed Bath had a great, well-trusted, beloved name that its natural meaning was who we had become. Bed, bath, and a bigger beyond. But it had a business model that over time had begun to pull it down. So there was a good business model, a good name, each had a boat anchor on it. By purchasing the name out of bankruptcy, we were to rid each of those two boat anchors, put the two good things together, and we really expect now we've got a boat that will sail sleekly and quickly into the future as a online home furniture retailer known as Bed Bath & Beyond.